You ever watch a man worth billions destroy his own empire in under 10 minutes? Because he couldn't control himself with someone he thought was invisible? Stay with me, because this one starts with a mop in a marble lobby and ends with handcuffs in the same elevator he thought only people who matter could ride. 8:30 a.m. Harrison Blackwell III just got the call that every CEO fears and every auditor loves. His lead investor's forensic team found $12 million missing, parked in offshore accounts that were never disclosed, never reported, never defended. 43 years old, third-generation wealth, the family name etched into the skyline. Harrison doesn't just hear 12 million as a number. He hears it as a crack in the load-bearing wall of everything he's inherited. Michael Chen, the investor, gives him 48 hours to explain or pulls $2.3 billion in funding. Then compliance tells him the SEC wants 3 years of reports and the audit is at 2 p.m. Today, 6 hours. In engineering terms, his system has entered a runaway fault condition. Pressure rising, time shrinking, options narrowing. In human terms, he's panicking. By 8:45, he's in his black Mercedes fighting traffic like he can bully physics. Jaw clenched so hard it aches. Tie too tight. Phone buzzing nonstop with board members, PR, lawyers, all of them asking the same question. Where did the money go? He ignores everyone because denial is easier than diagnosis. He needs to feel in control of something, anything. And control is the drug he's always reached for. He storms into the Blackwell Financial Tower, 47 stories of steel and glass his grandfather built in 1952. His father expanded, and he has been running like a personal kingdom. And inside the lobby, the floors gleam under morning sunlight. A cleaning cart sits near the VIP elevators. Yellow plastic, squeaky wheels, mop bucket full of gray water and suds. The kind of background object executives see without registering. Music through earbuds is Janelle Winters, black woman in her 30s. Navy uniform worn at the elbows, hair tied back, posture steady. To Harrison, she is not a person in that moment. She's a convenient target standing in the wrong place while his world collapses. But 6 hours earlier, at 6:02 a.m., Janelle had pulled her Honda Civic into the garage, sat in the dark a moment to breathe the concrete cold, then changed in the empty locker room under humming fluorescent lights. She hung her blazer in her locker, and behind it, hidden under cleaning rags, was a leather folder labeled Blackwell Financial Evidence on the shelf above. 3 textbooks, Executive MBA Program, Financial Fraud Detection, Corporate Law, and a tablet showing stock analysis, offshore patterns, transaction histories going back 6 months. Janelle wasn't here because she needed a paycheck, though she could pass for someone who did. She was here because she'd been living inside this building's blind spots for half a year, collecting data the way a good investigator collects telemetry, quietly, continuously, without altering the signal. Maria, an older Latina cleaner with kind eyes, had seen her arrive early so many mornings, she joked. Still doing that night school thing, Janelle had smiled. Almost done. Just finishing my research project. The thorough kind, Maria laughed and let it go, because Maria had survived 20 years in corporate buildings by knowing when not to ask. Up in his penthouse, Harrison had been eating imported coffee and scrambled eggs when Chen's call hit like a cold spike. Hidden accounts, deliberate regulators will find it 48 hours. Boom! Harrison's reflection in the window looked expensive and terrified. He called accountants and lawyers who didn't pick up. The SEC request landed. The audit clock started ticking. Instead, he walked into a failure mode with a human fuse. 8:47 a.m. He sees the cart blocking his VIP elevator, the one reserved for executive for him, for the tribe he thinks of as real people. He strides toward Janelle, shoes clicking sharp on marble. She doesn't hear him, her earbuds are in, and Vivaldi is running like a calm background process while she thinks. Harrison's voice snaps through the lobby. Move! No response. He reaches out, rips the earbuds from her ears. The cord dangles in his fist like he's just torn out her ability to breathe. Janelle spins, startled but polite. I'm so sorry, sir, I didn't hear you. I'll move the cart right now. Harrison doesn't want an apology. He wants someone to absorb his pain. Do you have any idea what kind of morning I'm having? He barks. She blinks. Sir Billions, he spits. I'm about to lose billions and you're standing here with your dirty water blocking my path. Janelle steps back, hands up, voice still controlled. I'm really sorry, Mr. Blackwell. Just give me 1 second. 1 second. To him, that phrase is gasoline on a fire. Do you know what happens in 1 second in my world? He shouts loud enough that people across the lobby turn. Millions move. Deals close. Fortunes change. And you think your second matters? He looks down at the bucket gray water, soap scum, damp mop. Then something in him fully shorts out. You want to know what you're worth? He bends, grabs the handle with both hands. Janelle's eyes widen. Sir, please don't. Too late. Harrison lifts it and dumps the entire contents over her head. Cold, filthy water hits her hair and face, runs down her neck, soaks her uniform dark pools at her feet. The lobby goes dead silent, the way a room goes silent when a machine makes a sound you know is expensive. He drops the empty bucket. It clatters against marble like a gavel no one asked for. There he says, now you look like what you really are. Dirty, worthless, someone who cleans up after people like me. Janelle stands there dripping. No tears, no flinch. That stillness is what unsettles him for a heartbeat, because it's the stillness of someone taking a reading, not absorbing a blow. Looking at. She'll clean it up. That's her job. He turns, steps into the elevator. Doors sliding shut. As they close, he catches Janelle's blank stare one last time, and he mistakes it for helplessness. He has no idea he just handed her the cleanest, highest resolution evidence she could have asked for. In the lobby, Janelle moves with the slow precision of someone following a plan. She pulls out her phone, wipes the wet screen, turns on the camera. For the record, she says evenly, today is Friday, December 2nd. The time is 8:49 a.m. My name is Janelle Winters. What you just witnessed was Harrison Blackwell III, CEO of Blackwell Financial, assaulting me with a bucket of dirty water. She pans to the empty bucket, the witnesses, the security cameras overhead. There are approximately 20 witnesses. Security cameras captured everything. I am documenting this for legal purpose. She saves the video. A woman in an expensive suit rushes over, horrified. Are you okay? Oh my God, I can't believe he did that. I'm fine, Janelle says. But thank you. I got it on video. If you recorded too, please send it to building security. 3 other people volunteer their clips. Kenneth Walsh, the building manager, hustles over sweating.
All company assets are frozen.
Janelle, oh no,
Sir,
listen. Mr. Blackwell is under
You are
huge
under
stress
arrest.
today. Big audit, investor trouble. I'm sure he didn't mean... Janelle looks at him like she looked at Harrison. He dumped water on my head on purpose while calling me worthless in front of witnesses. You think he didn't mean that? Hurry and tunnel to him. Kenneth flounders. I'll talk to him. Maybe keep a low profile today. I'll do exactly what I need to do, she says, and rolls her cart toward the service elevator, leaving wet footprints that look like a trail of receipts. In the basement locker room, she strips off the soaked uniform, dries her face, opens the leather folder. 6 months of documentation inside photos of falsified reports, offshore wire trails, printed emails with instructions to hide accounts. A USB of recorded calls. On top is her business card. Janelle Summers Winters, Esquina, civil rights attorney, NY State Bar, former federal prosecutor. She texts an unsaved number. It happened better than expected. Assault on camera. Multiple witnesses. Moving to phase 2. A response comes back fast. Standing by. AG ready. She changes into a dry uniform and heads back up like nothing happened. Because the best undercover work is boring until it isn't. By 9:15, the video has 15,000 views. By 9:30, it's 50,000. By 10 a.m., it's viral. 200,000 people watching a billionaire CEO dump dirty water on a black woman's head while calling her worthless. The common threads are a battle zone. Some outrage, some defending him, most recognizing exactly what they saw. News outlets start calling her cell. CNN, MSNBC, local stations. She declines calmly. I need to handle this through proper channels first. Upstairs on the 47th floor, Harrison is in a board meeting trying to explain where $12 million went, unaware his face is now a trending symbol of corporate racism and loss of control. Patricia Monroe, board member for 8 years, slides her phone across the table. The video plays, water pouring. His words, people like you, the room chills. Harrison's face flushes. Misunderstanding, he says. She was blocking the elevator. I was having a difficult morning. Patricia's voice is ice. You assaulted an employee on camera. It's at 200,000 views and climbing. David Sterling, lead counsel, leans forward. This is a lawsuit in real time. Hostile work environment, discrimination, assault. Combine that with the offshore money and you're a liability. Harrison snaps, standing. He refuses to apologize. Storms out. Behind him, the board starts whispering the one word that ends dynasties, succession. Janelle keeps working the executive floor, calmly documenting as she cleans, camera capturing handwritten notes on quarterly reports. Move this to 6 offices, same pattern. By noon, her evidence stack is airtight. Kenneth calls her down. He's getting pressure. Harrison wants her fired. Kenneth warns her to take a week off. Let heat cool. Janelle declines. I'd like to finish my shift. Kenneth swallows hard. Be careful. Men like him don't lose gracefully. She meets his eyes. Neither do women like me. At 1:30 p.m., outside the main conference room where auditors are chewing through accounts, Harrison bursts into the hallway, agitated, nearly collides with her. He sees she's still here and loses it again. You should have been fired hours ago. He steps too close, threatening her livelihood. Then he grabs her arm hard. A security guard, Marcus Thompson, intervenes. Sir, let her go. Harrison releases her, tries to play it off. Marcus radios for supervision and witnesses. Phones rise again. Harrison realizes too late he's repeated the same mistake in a new location, under new cameras, with bruises now forming on the woman he attacked. Marcus takes close-up photos of her arm, sends them to her. You're building a case, he says. She just nods. Good, he adds. Someone needs to stop him. 2:30 p.m., audit meeting. Investors, board, federal teams. Harrison has charts on screen, trying to sell a story about legal tax strategies. The door opens. Janelle walks in, but not in a cleaning uniform. She's in a charcoal gray suit now, tailored, professional, carrying a leather briefcase. Behind her enter a federal agent and the New York State Attorney General, Robert Kaufman, with officers. The room locks up. Harrison's brain stutters, trying to reconcile two realities that can't be true at the same time. Security! He barks, get her out! Janelle doesn't stop. She sets her briefcase on the table and speaks with courtroom authority. Good afternoon. My name is Janelle Winters. I'm an attorney with the New York State Bar Civil Rights Division and former federal prosecutor. Undercover in this building as part of a joint investigation by the Attorney General's office and the FBI. Patricia leans forward, stunned. Investigating what? Initially discrimination, multiple complaints over 3 years. Racial harassment, hostile environment, misconduct that HR buried. She lays down another folder. But in gathering that evidence, I uncovered massive financial fraud. The AG steps in. We have documentation of $12 million in fraudulent offshore transactions, falsified reports, tax evasion, securities fraud, money laundering. Harrison roars, entrapment. Janelle slices through it. I cleaned floors, I observed, I documented. I didn't force you to hide money or falsify filings. She pauses, lets the room feel the weight. This morning you dumped dirty water on my head and called me worthless in front of witnesses. An hour ago you assaulted me again, grabbed my arm, threatened my livelihood, both on camera. She rolls up her sleeve, bruises dark and unmistakable. You had every opportunity to choose dignity. You chose cruelty, you chose crime, and today you chose to confirm it in public. Kaufman nods to the agent. Mr. Blackwell, you're under arrest. The room erupts. Investors stand immediately. Michael Chen is first. I'm pulling my funds, effective now. Another follows. Same. A third. We're done. Patricia looks at Harrison without pity. The board will vote to remove you. Today officers cuff him. He sputters. Do you know who I am? Kaufman answers, exactly why we're doing this. As they lead him out, Janelle closes her briefcase with a sharp snap. Enjoy the perp walk, she says quietly. The cameras are downstairs, 47 floors down in the VIP elevator he once guarded like a throne. Harrison descends in handcuffs. Employees line the hallway watching. No one looks away. In the lobby, reporters, protesters, camera flashes. Signs, Justice for Janelle, jail racist CEOs. The police car door shuts. His company's stock collapses 41% in 2 hours. Trading is halted. The board removes him unanimously. By dusk, Janelle stands at a podium with the AG explaining the investigation, while former employees step forward one by one to tell their stories now that someone has finally made silence unsafe for the powerful instead of for the vulnerable. Months later, in federal court, the evidence plays like a technical teardown. Offshore trails, falsified ledgers, witness after witness, the water bucket video in full sound. The jury returns guilty across the board. 15 years federal prison, $50 million in fines, lifetime ban from securities. Blackwell Financial dissolves. Settlements paid. New regulations roll out. And 6 months after the arrest, Janelle walks through the same lobby now renovated into a free civil rights legal clinic. The bucket sits in a glass case like a warning label. Where injustice ended, justice began. A young woman approaches her clutching papers. Miss Winters, I saw your story. It gave me courage. Janelle smiles steady again, the way good engineers smile when a redesigned system finally starts working for the people it was supposed to serve. You're not alone, she says, guiding her toward the offices. Let's fix this the right way.